Imagine a world where the land is silent, devoid of trees or animals. To find the real drama, you have to look beneath the surface of the prehistoric tide pools. Here, in the shallow seas of the Paleozoic era, a shadow glides over the sand. It has multiple sets of legs, a sleek, armored body, and a pair of serrated claws. This is the Eurypterid, better known as the sea scorpion. For over 200 million years, these were some of the most formidable creatures on Earth. They weren't just big bugs. They were the pioneers of predation, the first group of animals to truly master the art of the hunt in the world's changing oceans. Despite their name, sea scorpions weren't true scorpions like the ones we find in deserts today. They belong to a broader group called chelicerates, which includes modern spiders, mites, and their closest living relative, the horseshoe crab. Their anatomy was a masterpiece of evolution. Their bodies were divided into two main parts: a head protected by a heavy shield, and a segmented abdomen ending in a tail, or telson. While some had tails shaped like spikes for defense, others had flattened paddles, allowing them to swim through the water with surprising agility. But their most terrifying feature? The chelicerae. In some species, these were massive, folding claws used to snatch up prey. Unlike a modern crab that crushes, sea scorpions were built to grab, hold, and tear. During the Silurian and Devonian periods, Eurypterids did something remarkable. They grew. While most arthropods today are limited in size by their need to molt and the way they breathe, the sea scorpions found a biological sweet spot. Meet Eurypterids rhenanii. This is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the arthropod world. At over 8 feet long, it was the size of a saltwater crocodile. Imagine a scorpion-like creature longer than a human is tall, patrolling the brackish rivers and estuaries of what is now Europe. At this size, they had no natural enemies. They were the apex predators of their time, feeding on early jawless fish and even smaller members of their own kind. They possessed large, compound eyes that gave them an incredible advantage in the murky, sunlit shallows, allowing them to spot the subtle movements of prey hiding in the mud. The story of the sea scorpion isn't just about the ocean. They were among the first animals to experiment with life on land. Some species developed a dual breathing system, gills for the water and specialized lungs that could extract oxygen from the air for short periods. We see evidence of this in fossilized trackways. These walking traces show large Eurypterids hauling their heavy, armored bodies across damp mudflats, perhaps to move between pools of water or to escape larger predators in the deep. In a way, they were the ultimate survivors, bridge builders between the aquatic world and the terrestrial frontier. They saw the very first forests grow and the first vertebrates crawl onto the mud, watching from the shoreline with their cold, multifaceted eyes. So, why aren't they here anymore? Like all great dynasties, the reign of the sea scorpion eventually came to an end. As the Devonian period progressed, a new rival emerged: jawed fish. These newcomers were faster, more agile, and had bone-crushing bites. The sea scorpions, once the kings of the shallows, found themselves outcompete and, eventually, hunted. By the time of the Great Permian Extinction, the largest mass extinction in Earth's history, the last of the Eurypterids vanished forever. Today, they exist only as magnificent fossils etched into stone. But their legacy lives on. Every time you see a horseshoe crab scuttling along a beach or a spider spinning a web, you are looking at a distant echo of the sea scorpion. The original titan of the deep that ruled the world long before the first dinosaur ever took a breath. The reign of the sea scorpions did not end with a sudden crash, but rather a slow retreat in the face of a rapidly evolving world. As the Devonian seas filled with faster, jawed fish and heavily armored predators, the once mighty Eurypterids were outmaneuvered and forced from their roles as apex hunters into smaller, specialized niches in brackish and fresh water. Their long journey finally reached its definitive conclusion 252 million years ago during the Permian-Triassic extinction. The Great Dying, when a series of cataclysmic volcanic eruptions and global climate shifts wiped out nearly 90% of all species on Earth. Though the armored titans like Eurypterids vanished forever into the fossil record, their evolutionary legacy lives on through their resilient cousins, the horseshoe crabs, and arachnids, who still carry the blueprint of these ancient masters of the deep. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button below and subscribe for more interesting content on a variety of topics.